everybody! Welcome to Living Traditions Homestead. My name is Sarah. This is my husband Kevin. It is a yucky day out. We are having rain and lots of rain in the forecast over the next day or so.
Yeah, they're actually saying that starting about 7 o'clock tonight until about 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, we could get up to 5 inches of rain in those 12 hours. And it's cold and windy and just a nasty day outside. And then after all that rain, it's supposed to get like super cold.
So even though that is kind of a depressing forecast, depressing weather outside, Kevin and I decided to do something really fun in the kitchen today together. We were thinking what could brighten our day, and we decided to make something super fun.
Right. Right now it's just kind of drizzling outside, so we're not getting any work done outside. So like Sarah said, we're going to do something fun in the kitchen. We're actually going to try to surprise the kids by the time they get home from school and have this awesome treat all ready for them.
So today we're going to make homemade thin mint ice cream sandwiches. We have our brand new milk cow who produces the most amazing milk and a most amazing cream. So we're going to make homemade mint ice cream. And then we're also going to make some chocolate cookies and smash it together with that homemade ice cream.
It's just amazing to me the amount of cream that we're getting from Hope when we milk her every day. Out of every gallon of milk, almost a third of it is cream. So we've been eating a lot more ice cream than we ever have in our lives. We honestly probably went years without ever buying ice cream in the store. But now that we have Hope and we're able to get cream directly from our own cow, ice cream is a treat that we're having pretty often.
For the last few years, we've been really frugal about our grocery budget, and we've been really particular about the things that we buy and the ingredients inside of it. So those are two of the reasons why we really have not bought any ice cream for the last several years. So it's a real huge treat for us to be able to make it ourselves. We've had an ice cream maker in storage for several years. We had only used it maybe 3 times before we put it away in storage. And as soon as we started milking Hope, we thought, what a great idea to start making ice cream again.
Yeah, we actually brought it with us from Phoenix. We would occasionally buy some raw cream from a farm in Phoenix, and we would use the ice cream maker to make homemade ice cream.
Yeah, so I pulled it out of storage and we were all ready to use it to make our first batch of ice cream. It was the kind where the bowl itself goes into the freezer and it's already frozen, you know, and then you put your ice cream in and it goes roundy, turns it into ice cream. Well, the very first time that we used it to make ice cream with Hope's milk, it broke.
Right, yeah. We really liked it because you didn't need the ice and salt and all of that like an old-fashioned type ice cream maker. This was a lot nicer than that. It made things a lot simpler.
Right, so we were disappointed with that, and we also realized that now that we have so much milk and cream, we're going to be making ice cream a lot. So we did some looking to see what other kinds of ice cream makers were available on the market, and we came across something that we'd never heard of.
Now, those of you who know us know that we are, I guess, frugal.
Stingy.
I call it cheap. But most of the time we are pretty frugal with our money. But we sat down as a family and we talked about making a purchase. And we decided that now that we have a cow and now that we have pretty much unlimited amounts of cream, that we would invest in a nice ice cream maker for the family.
I'm so excited to show you guys about it.
Now for us, this was a big purchase. We spent about $200 on this ice cream maker, but we've used it now for a couple months. We bought it right after we got Hope, and it's been so awesome to have. So today we're going to show it to you. We're not going to really do a review of it. We're just going to show you how we use it, and then we're going to make some ice cream so that we can make these ice cream sandwiches. So this is the ice cream maker that we bought. It's made by a company called Winter. I think that's how you pronounce it. And this is an awesome, awesome ice cream maker. I didn't think we'd ever own something like this. It really is an awesome tool to have. It basically is an all-in-one unit. It has over here where you actually make the ice cream. You put all of your ingredients in this little bucket right here, which goes down in here. Put the lid on. There's all of the little buttons over here that you just program in what you want to do. And this has a built-in compressor or like a freezer, so it freezes everything as it makes it. It can make this entire thing of ice cream in an hour, which is pretty awesome. So we don't splurge on ourselves very often, but this was one of those things that as a family we decided we would splurge on. Hopefully it lasts us a really long time. I'll be honest, since we got our cow, we're using this thing at least twice a week to make some ice cream. So it's been nice to have some treats. So we're gonna start off today by making some really simple mint ice cream. The recipe that we use that actually turns out great every time is super simple, very few ingredients. We're gonna make some mint ice cream to get ready to make these ice cream sandwiches.
Like Kevin said, this is a super simple ice cream recipe, and it's not just for this ice cream maker. You can use this recipe in any ice cream maker. We're gonna start off with the milk. We need 1 1/4 cups of just regular milk. And I'm gonna put that in a small saucepan. I'm gonna add to that 3/4 of a cup of sugar. Now, if you don't want that much sugar, you could cut it down to probably 1/2 cup of sugar. I'm gonna be using raw organic sugar for this, and I'm gonna mix it in with the milk that's in the little saucepan. Now, if you don't have raw sugar, really any sugar will do. This is just the kind that we're using these days. I'm gonna be heating this up a little bit on the stove just so that the sugar dissolves into this mixture. We're not going to be adding the cream in here because that will make everything too warm, and then I'll have to put it in the refrigerator to cool it down before I can put it in the ice cream maker. So we're gonna put this on the stove and just warm it up gently, and we're gonna keep stirring this until all of the sugar dissolves. I'm using a very low heat. The purpose of this isn't to heat up the milk very warm at all. You definitely don't want it boiling. You don't even really want it hot to the touch. Just lukewarm, just enough to help that sugar dissolve. Really, you probably wouldn't even need to do this step if you are more patient than we are. You could just stand and mix it until the sugar is dissolved. We're just trying to speed up the process because we're just being impatient. We want this ice cream. Okay, that is at least mostly dissolved. Now we're going to get 2 cups of cream measured out, and we're gonna add it right to the ice cream bowl. Now the cream is still cold, so when we combine these two, all of the heat is gonna come out and it's gonna be wonderful. Okay, 2 cups of cream. And then we're gonna add the milk and sugar mixture. You can see that our milk mixture is a little bit like light tan. That's because of the color of the raw sugar. If you had white sugar, it would be pure white. Add that in there and just stir it around to mix that up. Next, we're going to add 1/4 teaspoon of salt. We use pink Himalayan salt. Just sprinkle that in there. And then we're going to add 1 tablespoon of mint extract. Now, I really like this Watkins extracts because there's no funky stuff inside of it. In this is just alcohol, peppermint oil, and spearmint oil. There's no artificial flavors, there aren't any dyes or anything, and this ice cream won't be green, and that's just fine with me. So 1 tablespoon of the mint extract. So you probably won't believe it, but this is completely ready to go into the ice cream machine. There aren't any more ingredients. We're gonna put in the little paddle, fits right down there, and just carry it over to the ice cream machine. So the ice cream bowl just goes right in the ice cream maker here. And then there's a top that goes on very easily. Make sure the flap is down. Press the power button, and it is already set to go for 60 minutes on the ice cream mode. I'm just gonna press start. And there it goes. So in 1 hour or less, we will have perfect ice cream. So we need to get busy and make those cookies.
All right, now that the ice cream is going, we're gonna get started on making the cookies. Now, we actually moved the ice cream maker to another room because it is a little bit loud and I didn't want you guys to have to listen to it the entire time we're doing this. So let's get started on making the cookies. These are a real simple chocolate cookie recipe. We're gonna start with all of our dry ingredients. We're gonna start with a 1/2 cup of organic flour. I'm using organic all-purpose flour. So we're gonna do a 1/2 cup. And then we're going to do a 1/2 cup of organic cocoa. Now, if you don't do all organic, that's fine. You can use whatever you have. It'll turn out just fine. Then we're also going to do a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Again, we're using the pink Himalayan salt, but you can use just regular table salt. And then we're going to do a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. We're just going to whisk that all together to get it all mixed up before we mix together our wet ingredients. All right, now in our mixing bowl here, we're going to take 8 tablespoons of butter, which is a 1/2 cup of butter. Now I've already softened this a little bit, and this is our homemade butter. If you don't have homemade butter, that's fine. Again, just a 1/2 cup of butter. Then we're also going to take a cup of sugar, and then we're just going to mix that all together in our mixer. All right, now that that's creamed together, it's time to add our eggs and our vanilla. We're going to add 2 eggs. These are from our chickens. And now we're going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Now, we make our own homemade vanilla extract. You can use store-bought, that's fine. If you want to make homemade, it's so simple. All you need to do is get some vanilla beans. You can order them on Amazon or anywhere that you can get them. And then it's basically a vanilla bean and vodka that just makes vanilla extract. So we're going to use 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And then we're going to beat this together again until everything is well mixed up. All right, this is all mixed up. Let's go check on the ice cream and see how that's doing. The ice cream is about done. So what we're going to do is we're going to transfer that over to a container and put it in the freezer so that it can get more firm before we're ready to actually make it into the ice cream sandwiches.
All right, well, the ice cream is all done. What we're going to do is we're going to transfer the ice cream from the mixing bowl into a bowl that can go into the freezer. Now, the ice cream maker that we have makes the ice cream about similar to soft serve ice cream, maybe a little bit more firm than that, but not much. So we're going to transfer it to have it harden a little bit more in the freezer while we're waiting for the cookies to get done. Really, I'm just scooping it into these containers. Now, let me tell you about these awesome containers. We found these on Amazon. These containers are specifically designed for ice cream. They prevent the ice cream from getting freezer burned, and it also prevents the ice cream from getting like super rock hard that you can't even get it out of the container. They've really been working well for us, and they're the perfect size for our ice cream maker. So we're gonna put the ice cream in here and then in the freezer until the cookies are all done.
All right, now it's time to add the dry ingredients. We're gonna do this kind of slowly until everything is mixed together. All right, so now that that's all mixed together, we're just going to make sure we have all the batter down in the bowl, and then it's time to start baking the cookies.
Okay, so the cookie dough is ready to go on the cookie pans. We already have the oven preheated to 350 degrees. This recipe is for 12 cookies, so only a dozen cookies. So we're gonna put 6 on here and 6 on here and put them in the oven. We'll divide them equally.
So that will make 6 ice cream sandwiches.
I am putting this on parchment paper so that we don't have to worry about oiling the pan.
And this recipe can be doubled or whatever if you want to make more or less.
Okay, these guys are ready to go in the oven. We're gonna bake them for about 15 minutes, but halfway through we're gonna switch the pans. So 15 minutes is just a guideline. Make sure you're watching the cookies, that they're firm around the edge but still soft in the middle. When we take them out, we'll put them on a cooling rack so they can cool real quickly, and then we can assemble our ice cream sandwiches. The cookies are all done and they look fantastic. So I'm just gonna transfer them from these cookie sheets onto these cooling racks so they can cool all of the way before we put the ice cream on the cookies.
Look how amazing these cookies turned out. I kind of just want to eat them the way they are.
No,
but
we need them.
we need to make them into ice cream sandwiches. Yeah. So we're gonna lay 6 of them here on our cookie sheet.
This is a small one. That one matches up with that small one.
As the bottom layer of our...
That one matches up with that small one.
We're gonna lay 6 of them out here as the bottoms of our ice cream sandwiches. Sarah's gonna scoop the ice cream on, and then we're gonna put another cookie on top.
I'm just putting 1 scoop on top of them, and then I'm gonna take a spoon and just kind of smash it down a little bit so it kind of covers the entire cookie. This isn't an exact science.
No.
And we're not professionals.
Look at that. Look how good that looks.
I can't wait to try one. Ooh, that's a big scoop of ice cream. Are you just smashing it down there?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
She was getting way too fancy.
Wait.
Now she's got me thinking about which cookie matches up with which cookie. Look at that.
They kind of remind me of ice cream like moon pies.
Yeah, or like big Oreos or something.
But mint ice cream on the inside. Are there any mint Oreos?
I don't know, there should be.
Okay. 1 more. Wasn't that fun?
Look how awesome those look. And we have a ton of ice cream left over, so when these are gone, I get to eat even more.
So we need to put these in the freezer so that they all freeze together. I think we need to try one before we do that though.
I think so
let's
too.
pick out one that we're gonna split.
Maybe we should split the small one.
The small one? Okay, and I'm gonna put these in the freezer.
Alright, let's take this one off. Alright, the other ones are in the freezer. Let's cut this one in half. And let's see how it tastes.
I think where my ice cream's more frozen in there, it'll be better.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll taste great.
Still looks pretty darn good.
Ready? Cheers.
Here we go. Wow.
That's awesome!
Wow, if you guys like those Thin Mint cookies, this tastes pretty darn close.
The cookie is like a brownie cookie, and then the mint ice cream is just like totally perfect.
Well, I would say that those turned out awesome.
So good. You guys need to try them.
Yeah, I think we'll be making those pretty often. Maybe not twice a week, but, you know, I need to watch it a little bit. But those were really, really good.
You guys, I hope you give it a try on a gloomy day or a day that you need to pick me up, because that was a perfect remedy for a really gloomy day.
Yeah, sometimes you just need to do something fun and something tasty to help beat these, you know, long wintry days.
I hope you enjoyed spending some time in the kitchen with both Kevin and I. We absolutely love to cook, both individually and together. If you are not a subscriber to our channel yet and you're enjoying what you're seeing, please make sure to hit the subscribe button below. Also, the very best thing that you can do to help our channel is just share our videos and share our channel with other people that you think would love what we're doing here. Until next time, you guys, thank you so much for stopping by our homestead. Take care and God bless.
God bless.